Relambia no se responsabiliza por las opiniones vertidas en este espacio. Su contenido es de expresa responsabilidad de quienes las emiten y su productor. El mismo no representa el pensamiento de esta estación. Relambia. Relambia no se responsabiliza por las opiniones vertidas en este espacio. Su contenido es de expresa responsabilidad de quienes las emiten y su productor. El mismo no representa el pensamiento de esta estación. Relambia.
I think that what we have to focus on is the fact that millions of African American people are repetitively and constantly and viciously profiled in this country, and we must not talk about the politics of respectability. We can outbehave anybody. Rosa Parks was behaved right. It was the law that was wrong. Martin Luther King Jr. dressed right, but the law was wrong. And in this case, we have to talk about the law, not the choices of clothing.
Rockefeller and the Rico put us on pen and needles. Liquor stores in my neighborhood, they claiming that we need those. You give guns to my neighbors and you tell me to be peaceful. Tell me why I pay more tax than these motherfucking rich folks. It ain't just us going through this unjust shit. Blindfolded by a system that I once trusted. Dollar bills tip the scuttles of JD Justice. So for the green niggas roam like Augustus. But that Master Masons, only one making decision. Gotta be out of my beef just to make some type of difference. Capitalist economy mean that 1% is eating while we face 99 problems just to feed the children. For some reason, half the world faith is Christian.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Another, I would like to say beautiful, but it's not that beautiful outside. At least it's not cold. But another wonderful day at the Camp Premier Show. We should get an applause button. DJ Jova, can we get an applause button? Like, after that?
Let's do it with the hands. Let's do it with the hands because let's do it live.
No. That's for future. That's for future reference.
Yeah.
We gotta work on that. We're gonna get an applause button. I think it's well deserving. But today we are going to have an amazing conversation that I'm sure a lot of people want to talk about, but they're afraid to. But in the Camp Premier Show, we're gonna bring that topic to the surface. Today I am joined first by the beautiful Miss. All right.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There you go. I can hear you loud and clear.
Catherine Figuereo, it's always a pleasure to be here with you every Sunday. I'm sorry that I could not be here last Sunday because
it's okay.
Really, I love this show and I love the topic that you always bring. Very, very important.
What were you, if you don't mind sharing with the audience, what were you doing that was so important, right? That you come pull up to the Camp Premier Show?
Well, everything is connecting together. I'm working in promotion in Pennsylvania, which is got to do with all the shows that we're working with, including Camp Premier Show with DJ Ruby. So I was filming a commercial for Kalahari and Days Inn and other resorts that we're going to be doing different parties and package so everybody can come with us and have fun over there. Ooh. Even other people for Camp Premier.
So even if you wasn't here, you letting the audience know you was
I was working for here. Yes.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Not just for here. You just working. We working. We're never going to stop working out here.
Yes.
And DJ Jova, before I introduce my guest today, how you feeling, man? How was your week?
Great, good. Working, my weekdays. I work mostly. I work on the weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do nothing on the weekdays.
So you
basically, I work.
Wait,
my hard work.
No. Don't hide it. The audience want to know now. You get to have the opposite of what most of Americans have, right? They work 5 days. They get to rest 2. You get to rest 5. You get to work 2. Is that what you're saying?
Not like that. I'm comparing with the weekends.
That's when you work the most.
I take it easy on the 5. From Friday, Monday to Friday. You know what I'm saying? But on the weekdays, on the weekend, I work harder. Yeah.
I think you're being humble. But it's okay. It's all right to be humble. And you work hard to get where you're at. So it's not like you just woke up and you're able to have 2-day weeks. All right.
Yes. True. Yeah.
So I appreciate you. All right. So that's good to hear. Today's guest is a businessman. Is a very well-educated brother in this topic that he's about to discuss. Is a very diverse individual. I don't want to make all the introduction myself, because I'm not really good at these things. I think the best thing to do is have Mr. R.U., but you could say your full name for the audience.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ronald Robert Ulysses. How's everybody doing today?
All right.
Let me break a little bit of stuff down about myself. 40-year-old male, particularly doing different businesses, real estate, looking into cryptocurrencies, got business partners. Business partner, Mr. Ken Premier. You know, I got other business partners, Mrs. Smith, Mr. Smith, Mr. Elliott, you know, just the financial group and different things that we're doing right now. Pretty much, I came onto this show because I'm talking about a very important issue where a lot of people are scared to talk about. And we all know that P word.
Wait. I don't know if we all know that P word. Do you know the P word?
No, we have to translate.
We got to.
I want to know what is the P word.
You want to know what the P word? Okay. Because the word I'm thinking about, I can't even say on air. So
me neither.
I know a lot of people are thinking like that.
Word? Okay, the P word here today is polygamy. Okay.
Okay.
Now, this is a very touchy subject because first and foremost, everybody mostly primarily in this society is monogamous. Whereas polygamous countries such as Africa, Nigeria, Djibouti, Egypt, Sudan, Gambia, Nambia, Senegal, West African countries outside the United States were primarily polygamous before the colonization of Africa and other countries. And there's some pros and cons to monogamous relationships and polygamous relationships. We're going to get into that.
Hold on. It sounds heavy, right? First of all, what is polygamy, right? What does it mean to be polygamous, and what does it mean to be monogamous?
All right. The definition of polygamy is where one man can have multiple wives.
Okay. I gotta translate that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, aquí estamos hablando la diferencia de relaciones y estamos hablando de pues de las relaciones que tienen los hombres con diferentes mujeres al mismo tiempo. Bueno, eso es un tema que se está hablando mucho en la actualidad y que se está desarrollando mucho. So yo voy a estar traduciendo un poquito de lo que es este tema.
And I got a question.
Oh, yes, please. Please have a question.
You know, I got a question.
Have a question.
What about if it's a girl?
Yes.
It's the same word?
It's called, no, I think it's called polyamdy or polyamdy.
Polyamnegamous. Is something in that phrase where one woman can have multiple men. Or in some African countries, she can have up to 4 husbands. Just the same way as some West African countries, one man can marry up to 4 wives, or as long as his household financial stability can cover it. So basically, it goes like this. For each wife that you have into the household, you're going to have to be able to cover all the bills. So basically, it may seem like
hold on. I'm sorry, and I know
I like that culture.
I know you have a lot of information, but you know I have to dissect and do all that little whole thing, right? So no, Miss Figure that, Miss F, how are you feeling about this statement right here? That an individual that want to have multiple wives, but one of the rules is. Or vice versa, a woman that want to have multiple husbands, but the rule is that they must be able to do what? Financially
cover the household or financially cover all their woes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I think
I know this topic.
A lot of girls probably not gonna agree with me, but I think if you can afford it, you can have it. So if the woman is happy and the man is enough, not just in the money wise, because the time
what
too.
You mean is enough?
Enough.
Hold up, man.
I'm just saying.
The word that everybody was looking for was polyandry. Whereas one woman can take on multiple partners or multiple husbands.
But yes, polyandry. We got to get back to that. So that's a very important question. I want you to finish before we don't want to cut people off. So finish your thought. But there's a question that I want to ask, as he said.
Okay.
Which is like, what do you mean by everything?
Everything is every type of thing. Like, I mean, they spend time together because it's not just money wise. You cannot keep a woman just with the money. So I see some videos, about these cultures. I study a little bit, and you need to have time for each woman too. Like 2 days with this one, 2 days with another one, and one cannot intervene with another one. If one gets sick, the other one gotta help to take care of that one. So it's a whole family.
So now I have to ask you, according to the standard that you're describing, does time have to do with that? Does time have anything to do with that?
It factors into that equation. Now let me break it down. When you're a polygamous man, right? And we're going to look at monogamy and we're going to look at polygamy. Now, the statistics for a monogamous marriage in this country or relationship.
And monogamous, again, I have to do the dumb down. What is monogamous?
Basically, it's just a one-on-one partner, one man, one female.
That's it.
So basically, out of 4 monogamous partnerships in the United States, 3 fail, 1 survive. So out of every 1 million couple in the United States, 750 of those are going to get divorced.
750,000. That's a big number. And I do know about the statistics for divorce. And it's not looking good, right? I think it's 3 years, 40% of people who get married. Within 3 years, the marriage is over. So I think that is adding to the fact that a lot more people are leaning towards what you're describing as polygamy.
Yeah, it's an actual science. You could look into hermetics. Basically, when you're in a polygamous relationship, you have to learn how to time manage, and you have to learn how to share. Just like this young woman just said, you have to learn how to basically, what I call, juggle a relationship. Like, let's be honest. Most men who are in monogamous relationships, they usually creep out because by nature, we're mammals by nature, right? On a scale, right? So when you're a polygamous and you're dealing with multiple women, you have to think about your finances. So one of the benefits of being in a polygamous relationship, it forces you to get your finances together quickly.
Because you gotta be able to afford it.
You have to.
It ain't cheap.
And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in a polygamous relationship and your finances is not right, that will be a nightmare because it will create problems. But one of the benefits of being in a polygamous relationships is if, like, for example, right? Let's suppose if I had 4 wives, right? I've been in a relationship where I had like 3, 4 females at the same time. One of the benefits is
what is that called?
Well,
is that called a cheater, a dog? Go ahead, y'all could be blunt. We all adults
it could be a cheater or a dog if they did not know about each other.
But they did.
We was all living in the same house.
Ooh, okay.
You know, we all had the children with a particular set of women or women. Like, for example, 3 females will go out, 1 will stay home with all the kids.
Okay.
Right? Food was always cooked. It was pretty good. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with polygamous relationships. I think it's the future. For the simple fact is, not only are you building finances, because it's forcing you to build finances, it helps you to basically create a network. Whereas one woman can manage the kids. The other woman can manage the finances with you. The next woman, she can help you go on trips. It's like almost like running a business. You have to, you have to be on top of what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So the reason why a lot of people in this country are against polygamy, because we are taught, or how are we raised in this culture, basically monogamous relationships. So basically another person can't stomach the fact that they have to share, because when you're in a monogamous relationship, it's more likely your possession. You're basically, all right, that's my car, don't touch my car. Right? There's no love. Eventually, the love is going to fade in a monogamous relationship. It's an actual science.
Damn, hold up, man. You're going deep. Hold up. I got to brace myself. This man is talking about some stuff.
It's not love.
How you feeling right now? You got any questions?
It's not love? No, I don't know, because I told you what I studied.
No.
What I see.
No, it's a legit question.
I never leave.
So, with some females equivalent love with time and finances. If you're spending time with that woman and you're paying her bills and giving her financially what she needs and what she does not need, and you're on top of that, that's how that woman equates love. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're not spending time or spending money with that woman, she's going to look at you like, you know, all right, you piece of...
You're wasting my time.
Exactly.
You know what? I got to ask the ultimate question for all the fellas that they probably... I'm reading your mind, fellas out there, all right? So it's only 24 hours in a day, right? I want 12 wives. Not me personally, all right, people? Well, I don't want nothing.
Solomon has
right?
700.
I'm just saying, like, I want 12 wives. It's only 24 hours in a day.
It's possible.
How do I manage? Because it's one thing to say money. So it just sounds like, oh, okay, the goal is to get money, right? Once you have money, you could afford as much women as you want. But then he added time. How do you, even, you know, the richest man don't have enough time to, so how does that work?
So
or
I got
will
a
it not
question
work?
to ask you. How does Jeff Bezos handle a multi-billion-dollar company?
He hired a lot of smart people.
He has help. So basically, you know, each person in that polygamous relationship has a specific job. The job of the man in a polygamous relationship, he's supposed to be the leader, the head. So basically, he has to think about these things before they come and occur.
Wow. Yo.
All the responsibilities in the man.
We gotta, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go take a short break, right? DJ Jova, it's feeling heavy, right? As always out here.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna take a short break, right? And when we come back, I want to hear from the polyamorous,
Polygamous and polyandry.
I want to hear your perspective on the polyandry, because all these guys is in here talking about polygamy and all that good stuff. I want to hear from a woman, and if the audience would like to call in, please do. Right on how what is your perspective as a woman? How do you feel about that version of things? Right, but we're not gonna. Don't answer it yet. Think about it. Right, DJ Jova, you got some tunes for me?
Yes, sir.
All right, drop them for me, please.
Relambia FM.
Hello. We are back. And on the Ken Premier Show. Ken Premier Show is sponsored by Tahiti. Go get yours. You're right. You could go find it at Tahiti.shop.
Excellent tea.
Excellent tea. It's also sponsored by K Nation.
Yes, K Nation.
Do you want to plug in right now? You want to plug in K Nation real quick?
Yes, K Nation is the product you want to have your hair healthy like mine, 100% natural, no extensions. It's like from aloe vera and coconut oil.
I gotta check my extensions.
You use it too. It's a shampoo and the condition, very, very easy to use. Two for, a good price. So if you guys interested, can check K Nation Corp in any social media or call me at 631-452-4084.
Beautiful. And of course, we wouldn't be able to be in your living room, tablet, wherever y'all sitting watching this without Relambia FM and DJ Geovanny.
Yes, sir.
All right. How you feeling about the topic so far, man? We're gonna start with you.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you?
I'm just listening to it.
I don't want nobody
if
to
I
get
got a
in
question,
trouble.
trust me, I'm gonna ask. I'm just listening to it.
And taking in information, right?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna start as promised. Oh, so let me cap up real quick. We've been talking about polygamy. Polyandry. I apologize. And the differences between those two and monogamy. And the real quick, it's basically where one partner can have multiple wives or partners, and monogamy is basically that, mono, which is one. You're only allowed to have one. So we're just talking about the differences. We're not here to tell anybody to pick anything, and we're not against anything. All right, maybe that's my disclaimer. I don't know about y'all, but I'm just here to enlighten and to educate and to bring the topic to life. So as we spoke about polygamy on the first half of the show today, we would like to turn it around. I'm even gonna turn my camera around, put the pressure. All right. Do you see yourself clearly? All right, yeah. Beautiful. So he mentioned polyandry, and polyandry is basically a woman being able to have multiple partners that fulfill her needs, no matter what those needs are, whether they're sexual, physical, mental, financial. Right? How do you feel about? Because I can't talk about it from a woman's perspective. How do you feel about that version of it? Because everybody's talking about polyamory. Or polyandry, but nobody polygamy. Everybody's talking about polygamy, but nobody speak about polyandry. So, enlighten the people about polyandry, please.
Well, I think everything, how I said in the beginning, is what you can handle. So if you think you can handle that and you can be organized and make it work, why not do it? You know, because some women cannot even handle the one that they have.
And that's true for the guys too.
Yeah, for the guys too. Mm-hmm. But if you got that type of mind in that organization and, you know, the patience, because you need to have patience to have more than 5 men or 5 women, and you can work hard, or you got the money enough, because money can fix a lot of things too, depending on the woman that you look for. Because everything is a deal, it's a business, the way he said. I mean, relationship is a business. Friendship is a business. So I put you this in the business. Do you want to go in or not? This is the guarantee. This is what I'm going to give you. This is the benefit. You don't like it? Okay, go. I get another one. So I guess if you accept it, it's because you can handle. So if you can handle and you're happy with it, do it.
Do you know any women that maybe they don't have the title of polyandry like that, or thinking like that, not putting yourself on the spot or anything like that, but are thinking like, hey, I need to have multiple in order to get these things done?
Well, I see some situation. I work with a lot of people, you know, and I see some situation, and that's exactly why I understand it. Okay. And they are not bad people, the people that do it. You know, it's just normal people that like different things. It's like you might like white rice, you know, another one like brown rice. I
Some people might like black rice.
So let me cap this for the audience. So they're saying monogamy is like eating white rice for the rest of your life. And
that's all you can, if that's all you can handle, then do it.
Right? And then the other ones is basically you being able to go to any restaurant you want at any given time.
Not any restaurant. Yes, exclusive restaurants.
Ooh, exclusive.
Right?
That's a good term.
Right? Right? That's another point. I know a lot about these things.
I'm thinking like if everybody agree, do it.
Yeah.
If you can handle it, do it.
And
but I'm gonna stay with one because it's a lot. I can handle it one.
But I got a question. I can
handle it only one.
No, but I got a question to ask you, right?
I'm not gonna.
I got a question. I got a question for the DJ because this is a real issue that a lot of people don't want to talk about this. But listen, it got to be out there because why most men cheat? Some men don't cheat, but why most men just stay with one woman because it's a lot on their plate. Why do you stay with one woman? I want to hear from you.
Me?
Yeah.
Because that's a pressure question.
Yeah, right. See,
he said, "Don't ask me." But guys, I think you can share that on the surface, and then we'll leave you alone.
Well, now, because I get older.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm old now. I feel old. When I was like 30, 20, you know, younger. It was different, you know. You feel like power, and then you know you have to be like, you know, it's different.
So your energy levels.
You got to be like so you want to be like in a house. You want to be with your wife, something, different.
Somebody comfortable, somebody you trust, somebody that you could go to,
like for family.
And the way I'm looking at it is like, I think it all works, man. The issue is when we bash the other. That's the way I see it, right? I believe that monogamy can work. Monogamy have worked for some people, and I think it's a beautiful thing to see a couple that's been together 60 years, 70 years, to the point that when one died, the other died right after. That's how connected these people are. I think that's amazing, and I also think it's amazing to see individuals like Brother Polite that has 4 wives, and they all smiling.
It's a hard work.
Yeah,
they all smiling.
I don't know how they.
I don't know what's happening behind doors.
I don't know how they do.
No, I study Polite. He's a very holistic, intelligent brother. I'm friends with him on Facebook. He's a great guy. He talks how he makes it work. First and foremost, he has knowledge of self, and his diet. He's basically vegan. You know, when you have that many women sexually, a woman can drain you. If you don't replenish your blood, you'll be looking like you'll be looking like this. Yeah. So you know. Having a healthy lifestyle, no drugs, being vegan is a way to replenish your blood. And it teaches you that also in Hermetic studies. A lot of people don't even know what Hermetic studies is, but basically Hermetic studies is basically a hidden science that teaches you how to replenish your body to prepare yourself if you're going to take on this workload of having X amount of wives or X amount of husbands. I suggest that everybody look into Hermeticism.
It's funny because I looked into him too. I heard about him a lot. This Brother Polite guy, he's famous. He's out there. He's one of those
A good brother. Good brother.
He's one of those brothers that is known for polygamy, right? That's one of the big things he's known for because he make it public. And he said something that was interesting. He said he have less sex than a monogamous man.
I mean,
because his concept was that the individuals that's around him, they are all businesses. He take care of their needs, they take care of his, but it's not can we get together? Wait.
So how
you did it 3 times last week.
How he keep? This is a question.
Go ahead.
How he keep his wife happy like that?
Well,
I know
his
sex
approach.
is not
His
happiness.
approach is completely different. Like this brother has knowledge of
But
self.
it's part. I mean,
Yeah, he
How
has
does he? So your question is it physical, mental, or financial?
Yes.
all the above with him. All the above. Like he's the one who actually made me look into polygamy instead of me being a monogamous relationship. And then as soon as the sun goes down, I'm creeping looking for like X amount of women. Like
So wait, hold on. Hit the brakes.
Yeah.
You are polygamous?
I could say
You're not
yes.
just talking about this. You live in this life.
No, I actually go out there and I live it. Like, my monogamous girlfriend.
Nah. We're gonna switch this whole conversation up. I'm about to mess this whole game up. Hold on. We got a live.
You can ask questions.
right?
Yes,
From the beginning, I was thinking that.
You was thinking it, but
Yes.
I'm like, yo, this man just got.
But I
knowledge.
let it go.
Right?
No,
you guys
we're gonna
can
switch the
answer the
topic
real
to you.
questions.
Please, and if you don't feel comfortable, you can let us know.
No, I could definitely let you know.
How many individuals do you consider them wife, partners, girlfriends you have at this point?
4,
You have 4.
right? It's interesting, right? Because I also have a monogamous girlfriend who doesn't approve of none of this lifestyle.
That don't make sense. Hold on.
So, all
You
right.
got 5 altogether?
So,
you
all
got
right.
5 altogether.
5 altogether.
But
4,
4 counts as 1.
and the other one, she's not with it. Now, this is the thing, right? When I first got with
You gotta wait, hold on, stop. You gonna let that slide? You're not gonna ask no questions?
Little by little,
Ask,
right?
go ahead,
Little by little, right?
Hey, no, you gonna let
Let's
that
take it
slide?
slow now.
Hey, he's coming, but y'all not gonna say nothing.
I want to know how the one that don't know.
No, she knows.
So
But
She don't accept it.
She just doesn't accept it.
Okay.
But
But
she
knows.
accepts you.
She accepts me. She loves me. You understand what I'm saying? Because
This is amazing.
I'm honest. I don't lie to her like her ex-boyfriends or most of the guys. Because let's be honest. When a woman wants something or a guy wants something, they either put it on the table or they come up with ways and methods to lie to get around that situation. Right? I don't got time for that. Me, brother, man, I ain't got no rhythm. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a brother who ain't got no rhythm. So I just got power. So I just be like, this is how it is. If you accept it, cool. If not, I mean, the door's right there. It's no feelings, no hard feelings lost. There's no love lost. It's just the way it is. So I'm direct with it. Now, with these 4 females, I knew over time. So basically, with the first 2, they were open to the fact of having and sharing one guy, right? So that was interesting. That was a menage a trois right there. Boom. Then as time going along, I told these females that, listen, I don't want to be into, having 2 females, right? So they was like, cool, stay with us, go and get more females. They're open with the fact.
Where does this man go? Where do you live? This is amazing stuff, man.
No, it's not really amazing. It's just that, the situations and the circumstances you're in, it can happen at your workplace. It could happen just going to the store. Basically you have to keep your communication open. How well do you communicate? And if you're able to communicate that well, you have to get to know the other person to the point to know the fact of what they want, what they're willing to accept, and what they're going to allow you to get away with. Right? So basically polygamy is all around us in subtle ways.
I'm going to ask crazy questions now.
For example,
I'm gonna act retarded.
But no, let me finish, right? How many females right, that has multiple babies by different men?
A few.
Right? And how many guys that have multiple baby mothers by different women?
A few. A lot.
Right? So that's a form of polygamy without being in an actual relationship. Now let's glue it together in a relationship, right? Let's suppose all these baby mothers was together, right? Under I'm not going to say the same household, but like under a certain circumstances where they have their own household, right? Their own circumstances, right? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you think you're going to put all these women in the same household, you're going to have problems on your hands.
But Spanish, they're going to kill each other.
Yes, they will. I actually had a female who used to braid my hair when I had braids named Khadijah. She was from Guinea, from West Africa. And she was the actual first woman who actually taught me about polygamy. And she said you have to separate each and every female. It's like having a plant, right? You can't put two plants together. Eventually, one plant is going to kill out the other.
That's some jewels dropping right here, man.
Wow.
You know, so
I'm gonna go back to the fact that you are polygamous. So I'm gonna ask, like, have you ever had to men to man, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, ladies could cover their ears, I guess, right? Had to say no, like, because both of them or three of them, or you have 4 women. Like, have you ever had to, like, yo, I'm tired? How does that work? Has it ever been to the point?
You been a human?
I'm keeping it a buck. I don't know if y'all live. You haven't established the living situation, but
no,
you know, they're all yours.
I keep them all separate.
Okay.
First and foremost, put them in the same household. Nah, I mean, we will have to like really practice. It's probably an actual science of having all those people under one roof. I didn't get to that science yet.
Yeah, that one takes a little.
That takes a little practice and study.
I can see the burdens.
But you know, us being in separate households and we're just meeting up, like for let's suppose a Thursday or Friday night, and just 4 females and 1 guy. It takes a lot of energy.
Oh, so you've had all 4 of them at the same time?
Yeah, it takes a lot of energy. You wake
Can we get
up.
the applause button?
No. You know what?
Who is this man?
No. I'm gonna make it. If I don't have it, I'm gonna make it right now. I'm gonna make it right now. Hold on.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
But gentlemen, it's I'm just a regular guy. Like listen, everybody got to understand that my situation is no different from anybody else's. It's what you're willing to accept and what you're willing not to accept. So, all right, for example, right? We have nothing but handsome brothers in this room and a very beautiful woman, right?
Thank you.
All right. Let's suppose we went to the club, right? Now, we all know that the clubs, it's an interesting atmosphere. You're meeting new people for the first time that you never met in your life that got rhythm, whatever, right? So the purpose of rhythm is synchronization, right? To see how well your bodies collide. So after the club, if you want to get into extracurricular activities, you can. Depending on how well your bodies mash on the dance floor, right? So maybe 2 females dance up on you, right? I seen a female sandwich or, one at a time.
That's normal, right?
Right? And, you're taking her breath in, you're breathing and stuff like that. They like the way how you made machata or you made how you dance or your copa, whatever you do, right? So now after the club comes around, after the Waffle House, you go back to their crib. Now the average polygamous, I would say, gathering after a club is usually 2 females, right? So now you got 2 females. That takes a lot of power. So basically, and this goes to even monogamous people, right? How do you maintain power? Because every time you ejaculate, the equation, right? One drop of semen, and the same thing goes for a woman. 1 drop of semen equals 20 drops of blood. One ejaculation equals the amount of nutrients and minerals you could use to run 20 miles. Look it up.
Wow. He just made sex sound like science. Like,
it's a real because it's a real.
It was
You
just
wanna
supposed
do
to
it,
be.
he gotta know.
He know what he's doing.
You know his stuff, bro. You gotta respect. But nah, I gotta twist the game real quick, right? Because you said the majority or most of the time that it is. I would say as a man, the way that men prefer it, right? 2 women, multiple women, even though we may not be able to handle that multitude. How do you feel about the other way around? Like, how do you feel if one of your 4 said that they would like a guy?
Which has happened.
So how does that
go?
And
you want to hear the crazy thing about this? This wasn't even in a polygamous relationship. This came when I was in a monogamous relationship.
So you was in a relationship that
it was just one
me
female.
And you,
yeah, just one female.
She came up. She like, listen.
She wants a guy.
Con, I want a new dude, or
first
I
of
want
all,
a better dude.
First
How does
of
that
all,
go?
I didn't have this mentality now that I had back then. So when I first heard it, it felt like somebody put like, you know, like a M80. You know, in the summertime, 4th of July, you know, the kids is digging up the ground. Somebody put an M80 in the ground, lit it and ran, and the whole thing just blew up. That's what it felt like. I couldn't comprehend it. And I seen later down the road, years later, with much experience and much wisdom, that I seen why she wanted to do it. Because for her, it was like eating the same food every day.
Which was you. You was that basic sandwich.
I wasn't.
So wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do this. So she wasn't asking to go be with somebody else. She was saying she wants somebody else involved in your interaction.
Yes. Yes. She wanted
Hey,
another
hold
guy.
on. Anybody else ever
A
heard
guy.
that?
Yeah.
She wanted another
I hear
guy.
it.
Yeah, you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
She
And
wanted.
then how did you
Let's
handle
see
that?
it.
I mean, at that time, I
You said it felt like an M80.
it felt
we
like
understand it was dramatic.
because think about it, right? If you go to a monogamous husband or a monogamous wife right now, and their other spouse tells them that, hey, babe, I love you, but I want to be with another person, they're not going to be able to comprehend that because that situation never came about. So now they're computing it as it goes along. So basically,
you must hate me. Why would you want somebody else?
I didn't understand it at the time. I really didn't. But it wasn't until years later that basically when you're in a monogamous relationship, you have to be comfortable with the same food you eat. So for example, if your wife is lasagna, you're going to have to be comfortable with eating lasagna for the rest of your life. Now, there's nothing wrong with lasagna. I just had lasagna, believe it or not. Lasagna is excellent. You know, lasagna is excellent. Don't get me wrong. But you have to be comfortable in dealing with that one spouse. And when this person brought it to me, I couldn't comprehend the fact. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with that person? But when I had took myself out of the relationship years later, I came to see that she felt like a possession when we discussed it over, because according to her, she felt like even though I treated her good and I took care of the finances, she felt like an object, like the camera right there or the mic right here. She felt like she was being controlled.
She was just pleasing you. She was just there as an object of your pleasure.
She didn't feel alive. She didn't feel like a person.
So what did you say though? You said that the relationship did change. You moved on and you grew up. But did you answer? How was that answer? You never told us your answer.
Basically that was the end of the relationship. I was gone. I was like, oh, another guy.
I wasn't ready for this.
No, I wasn't. No.
So I have a question. So you allowed to be jealous?
Well, and when you're in a polygamous relationship, you have to learn to share. So now I'm not jealous. You have to control your emotions.
I'm sorry.
So you let it
To
know.
share?
Yeah, you have to listen. When you
Listen, Ken.
yeah, you have to.
So you share the woman.
If she wants to go out and she wants to be in a
I'm
polyamorous,
sorry.
Hold on.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
hear this. No, I'm gonna get back to you. Let me hear it. If she wanna go out,
if she want to go out and be in a polyandrous relationship, by all means she can do that because
you can still be part of your four.
she could still be part of my four.
Wow. Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That was your question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, the reason why, because I had to learn how to control my emotions. Now, you have to look at what happens in a monogamous relationship when two people or a person cheats. Usually it doesn't end up real well.
Nah, everybody's hurt.
It's a nasty divorce. It's a nasty divorce. It's a nasty breakup. Somebody either gets shot, stabbed, or, cold case, something happens.
There's even a term for crime about that.
Crimes of passion.
There you go. Crimes of passion.
With that, and usually most of the time because they cannot control their emotions. Because when you're talking about the issue of sex, my definition of sex is called sexual energy exchange, meaning that the energy that you have, and this is something that's hermetic, the energy that you have overprints. It's like having two sheets of paper, right? Let's suppose you're a blue sheet of paper, right? And the woman that you're dealing with is a white sheet of paper. When you mix the blue sheet and white sheet and you pull them apart together, they're no longer blue and white. It's light blue. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. The science says the energy, the energy that moves your vessel, this physical vessel, is what comes out in the liquid form. It comes out in the liquid and energy form. So basically, remember the formula I told you. 1 drop of semen, the same thing for a female. 1 drop of cum equals to 20 drops of blood. So for example, when a male nuts, right, he actually nuts more than what's recommended from the National Red Cross of amount of blood that you gotta give.
Yo, this man brought us statistics. Yo, I admire you, brother.
It's a science. So you can't get into a polyandrous or polygamous relationships
Without studying.
without doing
learning.
your homework. You have to do your homework. You have to know what you're doing. Because if you don't know what you're doing, it's like playing with fire. You're not going to give a preschooler the keys to a car, right? First of all, they can't even reach the pedal, right?
There's a reason.
Or you're not going to put a child on a stove. What happens if you put a child on the stove and they don't got experience? They're eventually going to burn themselves. So you have to know what you're doing before you get into it. You have to do some type of study. And then after you do your study, it's trial and effect. You can't start. It's just like even in business, right? When I started doing business with my business partners, you can't run towards the goal unless you learn how to crawl, then walk, then you learn how to run. And after you learn how to run, then you can swim. It's steps and levels to it.
I gotta check your pulse.
Well, I'm still not clear about the part, the going out part. So let's say if, let's say example, I'm one of you women and I go out, you know that I'm going out with another man?
Yeah.
Do I tell you?
Yeah, you can tell me. See,
And do I tell you next day like, oh, I like him, I didn't like him?
you tell me every detail. See, one of the key to listen,
And I'm sorry. And you want to know every details?
you have to.
You want to know?
Because think about it. If you're in a polygamous or a polyandry relationship, right?
I don't want to know.
Listen.
No, the relationship that I studied, the women are not allowed to be with other men.
Yeah.
You the man.
Because you
the
know what?
only man.
Yes.
You have to
Listen.
Yo, you gotta be cool in this.
This is amazing.
Listen, because the reason why a lot of people don't want to share, because they can't handle their emotions. They can't handle the fact that they see somebody significant that they love is being shared. Because before this even came to me, and I remember the one woman I told you that wanted another man, when she told me that, I thought she was
Crazy.
I thought she was sniffing a new crack on the block. Like, seriously, somebody came up with a new formula. Like, seriously. But it wasn't until years later of understanding where she came from and looking at it from her point of view, where she was coming from. Now, if you're in a polyandrous relationship, right? Polyandry or polygamous, you have to be completely honest. You have to be, and just like even monogamy, you have to be
Honest with each
you
other.
have to, if you want it to survive, you have to, it has to be some form of
Yes,
trust.
true. I think that's one of the keys for a relationship.
It has to be, because the minute that trust is gone, that's when the scheming and the plotting and going behind the back, that's when you open the door for other things to happen. Whereas you're completely honest, you're able to control the situation. I call it damage control. You're able to control it right then and there as it happens. And a lot of people can't control or even grasp the fact, because the truth hurts. Let's be honest, the truth hurts.
Not everybody can handle it.
Not every man can be like, yo, babe, I went out last night and I found the guy who had a big bicho or something like that, or big. Ain't no man really want to hear that. Like, they're gonna look at you and probably be like, okay, there go the door, bye bye.
But hold up, though. But hold up, right? This is the thing. Me, I like to take things back to biology. I like to take things back to the basics of
The
it.
sciences.
And the basics of it is that a woman is more capable of handling multiple men than a man is capable of handling multiple women. Physically.
Well, physically, females are receivers, right? So let's look at the science of the males, and let's look at the science of the females, males and females. All right, so we know that the vagina is anywhere, their sexual organs is anywhere from an inch to about 4 inches long. So basically, vagina, the actual vagina is
organ.
the actual
longer.
organ is a muscle. So when somebody calls another person pussy, that's a compliment. Listen, that's a compliment.
Can we say that word here? Can we say that word?
I don't know. Wait.
Cannot
Are we
say
allowed
that
to
word.
use that word? We're going to have to believe some words? I mean, we are speaking of it in science terms,
Yeah.
all right?
Listen,
we are being very professional
that's
about
a
this.
compliment. Most people take it as disrespect, but a lot of people don't know what the vagina is. A vagina is a network of muscles, whereas a male's penis or his most guys know his dick or his Johnson is basically a sponge-like contusion of the corpus, and the corpora is basically a sponge. It's a huge sponge that's between your legs, right? So basically, when you're inside of a woman, this is why, another reason why a lot of kings and a lot of sultans from the Middle East have multiple females, right? It's not even the fact that they wanted multiple females. Females produce this chemical called copulin. I'm gonna repeat this. You can look it up. It's this word called copulin. It's that white stuff that you may see in a porno, that cream that you may think that is a nut. No, that's copulin. Do you know what copulin does?
No.
Anybody in this room?
No.
Anybody know what copulin is? Copulin is basically a chemical that reaches through the male's penis, goes through his bloodstream, and over time controls his brain.
Whoa.
Hold on. They did say the P word is power, right? And they did say that, when a guy get in a relationship with a certain woman, he's no longer there. That's not him no more. That's
He changed.
He changed.
Why he
right?
act like that now?
He's right. What happened to him? So are you saying that there's a biological actual explanation to this, and it starts with the explanation of the what? The colon?
The copulin.
The copulin?
You can look it up. You
I
can
may have
Google
to
it.
look
It's
that up.
called,
I ain't gonna front.
it's
I
called
never heard that
copulin.
before. I never.
Now,
heard
this
that
is the
before.
reason why a lot of kings,
You're
a lot of sultans, the definition in the term of pussy whip is really nothing more than copulin going through your bloodstream, hitting your brain, and then it's nature's way of saying that, okay, you're male, you're going to go out there, you're going to see other females, but copulin basically is a chemical that reaches into the male's brain and be like, guess what? You're going to take care of this woman. You're going to make sure you're going to make sure you listen to this woman. And not only that, depending on how mentally strong you is, she's going to control certain situations of your life.
As a woman, how do you feel about that statement right there? I don't know if you knew. I didn't know. This is brand new to me. But as a woman, how does that statement make you feel?
I'm going to study more about it. Because if you have a weapon, you need to know how to use the weapon. No, I'm playing.
That's a fact. No. That is a fact. You got to... I mean, you might be playing, but I believe that everybody should use the tools at their disposal. If it's yours, if that's what, God, Allah, whoever you pray to give to you.
You got it.
It's yours. You didn't go and steal it. This is yours. So if that is a tool for women, I guess, ladies, get your what? Copulin? Get your copulin up. How do you get the copulin up?
That's something that all females are born with. All females are, and it usually turns on around the time of puberty. And basically, copulin is a very powerful. It's a very powerful weapon. Wow. Right? So basically, guys, when you start seeing a woman creaming on your Johnson,
I gotta be careful now.
Excuse me. All right.
Copulin is dangerous, man.
And you see that white stuff, and it goes into. That's why most females want to know if you're cheating or not. It's not because of what you're doing. They want to see if they can smell that other woman's copulin.
I've heard of women saying, "Let me smell." Not to me. I'm innocent, but I've heard in the movie Tyrese, Baby Boy. Let me smell your, da 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 da.
Yeah, because it has a distinctive smell. Each woman has a distinctive smell.
That's one thing I heard. And a different taste too.
Yes.
Different taste and different.
This is amazing, man. Yes. Yeah, I think we're underestimating the power that this tool that we use for pleasure. Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
That's why it's got so many pieces, because it's very complicated.
That's why they have a whole doctor, and I'm still waiting for the doctor for the fellas. All right, we need a doctor too. I don't know, like if y'all have a whole doctor for the organ, should never.
Because we got more things.
Yeah, but why don't? Nobody answer question for the fellas.
You guys don't get so complicated like us. I think get complicated of anything. We are more dedicated.
I believe guys. They are complicated is because we are afraid to speak out about certain things. And like a young man will not be like, yo, dad, I don't know, something's wrong down there. You feel me? Well, a young lady be like, mom, I don't know what's happening.
That's true.
No, I think it's because
the guy was like, nah, I'm a man. This is what's supposed to happen. Right?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's that we get more complication than you guys. Like, a woman can get infection out of anything easier.
That's another thing.
Men, no.
That's true.
You guys are closed. We are open, how he say, so we got more problems. You guys don't get so many problems.
Inside a vagina is a perfect place to incubate any virus or bacteria.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Because of the conditions.
We are gonna go on. We're gonna go listen to that song. Oh my God, this is amazing.
We end up being.
We gotta go to another song. We gotta go to another song. DJ Jova, what do you have anything in store for me?
I got you.
All right, we're gonna play another tune and then we're gonna come back for Mr. U.
Def Jam.
Oh my. Once again, RIP to DMX. I love that brother, man. He kept it a buck with himself, and his fans saw it. And that song, I have a personal story. That song inspired me to make a song, but that's a whole different conversation. This is the final piece of our show today. I would like to thank the beautiful. See, I started it proper this time. I stopped going with the fellas. They don't know nothing. They don't have, what's that thing called?
Eloquence.
No. That thing you just spoke about before the commercial.
Oh, Copland.
They don't got Copland, so I ain't got, feel me? So the beautiful Catherine F. All right. Thank you for coming with us.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
All right. We appreciate you for coming. And we got DJ Jovo on the turntable.
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'm doing it the other way around because I want to give all the time and attention to this young brother right here. And I want him to wrap it up for us. So first, we're running out of time. Unfortunately, I feel like you definitely need a second episode. I feel like everybody.
Yes, I agree. I want to know more. I'm gonna start him one, so when he come back, I got more.
So you got more questions, right? And then we definitely need to do a Duolingo one where it's like we have the more Spanish translation involved in the show because
good idea.
That was very informative. So we're gonna give you the rest of the time. And in the beginning of the show, you spoke about. Lightly about how you are a businessman and all the things you do. So we're going to give you about a minute or so to just tell us about your venture because I want to always support and promote. And then after that, you could give us a wrap-up cap. I guess the question could be, why is polygamy frowned upon? That would be a wrap-up question.
Okay.
All right. But for now, you could just tell me about your ventures and stuff like that in a few minutes. Tell us a little bit about you because we jumped right into the topic. We didn't have no chance to really tell the audience who you are. So you got about a minute if you can.
My name is Ronald Robert Ulysses, as you know. I'm into different businesses. PYS, the bylaws of, making sure, dues are doing, titles, investment group. We're pretty much an investment group. From there, I'm also into real estate with my aunt, Mrs. Judy. Basically, she builds up different real estates, different properties, flip them, sell them off. And, basically look into cryptocurrencies. Any way where I can make finances because God knows having all these females is not cheap. You have to make sure you take care of them. Okay? It's not cheap.
Amen. Amen to that. Nah, that's a fact. So now you gotta have to wrap it up for us. So why do you think polygamy is first of all, do you think it's frowned upon? And if so, why?
I honestly believe in the United States it is frowned upon because it's a lack of understanding where it came from and how it works. Polygamy is a great way for any race, not only black or Spanish or Hispanic or Asians. It's a great way to interlock your community. It's basically you could build wealth, open doors, right? Make sure the community is knit tight. A lot of people frown upon it because we are in a society where everything is basically based off of ownership. So a lot of relationships is basically, when you put that ring on, you're mine, that's it. Right. So it's mostly a thing, whereas we're in a society where that woman is theirs, their ownership. And that's not right because that woman is a real person. She has real feelings. Right. Am I right?
Yes,
am I right?
Definitely.
Very beautiful woman. Yes.
She have needs that may not fit macaroni salad.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Each person that you deal with, you always got to remember they're not an object. They're a real breathing person. And, you have to come into that relationship, monogamous or polygamous, with the best intentions, right? Because if you get into the bedroom and your mind is twisted, right? Whatever's in your mind is going to manifest in real time. It's going to have bad results. So, you just got to make sure once you get into a polygamous relationship, you're completely honest. Your diet is correct. You have your enzymes, you have your nutrients, you have your minerals, because that's like running like 50 miles. You're going to be like this in no time. You don't want to look all crazy. Like, seriously, you don't want to look like that. And, you just got to learn the science of it. It's a hermetic science. Shout out to the gods, the 5% Nation. Soon as Allah, he taught me about it. Shout out to, the more sciences, all the different sciences where I basically came to learn about polygamy. And basically the benefits of it, and, it's another way stating that, each man is their own individual king. If you feel like you deserve 5, 6 females or whatever, as long as you can afford that and take care of the significant other, and you're completely honest, I don't see a problem with it. Monogamy is something that's taught in the society, but you have to also understand there's different cultures throughout the earth. So America is not the only place where basically is just monogamous. You have polygamous countries all throughout West Africa, Algeria, Egypt, Cameroon, Gambia, Nambia. You know, as long as you're responsible of what you're doing, it should be okay, and just come in with the best intentions. I just want to shout out to the Boulevard, my cousin B, you know, my cousin Stanley. Want to shout out to everybody, the DJ
Jova.
Yes.
Sir,
this beautiful young lady right here.
Miss Catherine.
Miss Catherine. Mr. Solange.
Can't permit. How you feeling? How you feeling? All right, so you did it better than me, man. Like I couldn't wrap up the show in a better way. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Audience member, thank you for being here this Sunday, and I will see you next Sunday again with another amazing topic on the Ken Premier Show. DJ Jova, let us get out of here, man.
Descarga nuestra aplicación Relambia FM. Síguenos en Instagram @Relambia FM. En Facebook Relambia FM. En TuneIn búscanos como Relambia FM.
Tocan pura música buena.
Hashtag El Combo Relambío. Visita nuestra página web relambiafm.com con noticias, farándula, música en vivo y para descargar. Recuerda. Llévanos a todos lados en relambiafm.com. Descarga nuestra aplicación Relambia FM. Estamos más conectados contigo que el cargador de tu móvil.